Well, the Brexit vote has had far-reaching implications, even for real estate in the U.S. That's due to increased uncertainty and a stronger U.S. dollar, which makes U.S. assets more expensive to foreigners. Well, according to the National Association of Realtors last week, foreign purchases of U.S. property fell $10 billion in the year to March and is now at its lowest level in about 3 years. The average purchase price for homes has also fallen, but the Chinese are still the biggest foreign buyers in the U.S. And someone who sees this firsthand is Samantha DeBianchi. She's founder and realtor at DeBianchi Real Estate, joining us on the line from Raleigh, North Carolina. Good evening to you, Samantha. First, give us the lay of the land in terms of what you're seeing with foreign buyers. We do know that foreign buying has decreased, but what's the average purchase price of a foreign buyer there in the U.S.?
So the average purchase price last year was $500,000. This year it's $480,000. And what's happening is we're seeing that affluent luxury buyer not spending as much. But we are seeing an increase in the residents foreign, so immigrants. So there's people that are buying here, living here, working here, and while their price point is a bit lower, which is causing that decrease, they are spending more. They are buying more units. So that is a plus. It's not all doom and gloom.
Okay, so it's not all doom and gloom, but it is a little bit less, and the average purchase price is less. What kind of flows are you seeing from foreign buyers, and especially after the Brexit vote? Where specifically in the U.S.?
Sure. So obviously there's a lot of uncertainty as a whole, but it's the markets like Manhattan, Miami, LA, San Francisco. That's really where foreign buyers are buying. And it's also where the markets in the United States where you're seeing the most impact, because there's so many developers building in these locations, and they're really speculating and depending on these foreign buyers. I will say, even with uncertainty, though, buying in the United States is still the best and the safest bet. So while we have seen and while we are seeing declines, I'm still pretty confident that things will still progress and people will still continue to buy here, just not at paces that we've seen in the past.
And in fact, Samantha, you're saying that there's still a lot of bargains to be had. Is it mainly because of what you just mentioned, these developers sort of speculating on where foreign flows will be going, and because that's slowing down, maybe those prices are going down? Is that where the bargains are, and which cities?
Well, statistically, and again, in the major markets, so Miami, Manhattan, LA, and San Francisco, those are the main markets where foreigners are really buying. But you have to remember the dollar is strong and prices are increasing, so naturally there's going to be a bit more inventory. So with that said, even though the prices are a bit higher, don't let that scare you from making a deal, from making an offer and getting a deal done. Everyone is willing to negotiate. That's the name and the game of real estate.
What kind of red flags or potholes would you warn foreign buyers about before they step in and buy their first, second, or third purchase?
Sure. I think, there's a lot of new technology out there, something that I know firsthand, and I know working with clients. There's virtual reality, there's renderings, there's all kinds of pretty paintings of what things are going to look like. I think it's really important that foreign buyers find someone that they trust, find someone that they communicate well with, and then really learn everything about, if it's new construction or pre-construction, they learn everything about that project, because there is a lot there, whether it's in any of the markets that I mentioned, Manhattan, Miami, or San Francisco and LA. You can have really pretty pictures and pretty marketing and advertising, but get to the nitty-gritty. Find out as much as possible about who's building, who's developing, the location of it, and really get that communication level down so you know what you're purchasing and you know you're making a solid and sound investment.
Yeah, great advice, and the best advice is if you can actually get yourself there and see it with your own eyes. That's probably the best. Samantha, thank you so much. Samantha DeBianchi from DeBianchi Real Estate joining us on the line.